We are back live from the corner booth at Mi Familia restaurant right off of I-10 in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. Back by hopefully somewhat popular demand. We are the 3 Cents Podcast. I'm Ernie Zuniga. This is Mike Taylor. This is Cleto Rodriguez. Woo-hoo. This is a Diet Dr. Pepper here.
That's
so
right.
We are underway on
wink,
several
wink.
platforms right now.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, Diet Dr. Pepper is what we're going to call it. But it's nice to see you, and it's nice to be back for a second week.
Trying to build chemistry, and I decided to show solidarity with you and wear shorts, and you have jeans on.
I know. Had I known, Mike,
Look at these
I would.
bad boys here. I'm showing off today.
Show them the goods. Show them the goods right off the bat. I mean, you
could put advertising on
We're all about
that.
ratings, folks, as you can tell.
I blame
We're all
myself
about
for not
ratings.
calling you ahead of time. If we wear the same shirt one day, I'm leaving. we got to start coordinating our attire.
That's the reason I wore jeans, because like all you saw was just like, cellulite on my hair and everything like that. And
You're a light-complected Mexican man.
I am. I was brought up named Güero in my house.
Yeah.
And school.
Is that because – so this is dumb, probably a dumb question. So darker Mexicanos are probably more derivatives of indigenous, people. Whereas your people were robbed and mutilated by the Spaniards. That's why you got light skin.
I guess.
That's true, right?
Yes,
I think that's a horrible way to say that, but I think it's true.
Yeah, a little bit.
You got some conquistador grandpa you don't know about.
No, I did the what is it, the 31 and Me, or which one was that? 23. Thank you. That was maybe that's why it came out wrong. It was 23 and Me.
31.
Yeah, 31.
I did the Forever 21.
Thank you. Yeah,
that's what I did.
I did that a few Christmases ago.
Is there Forever 41?
We'll find out. But yes, I'm majority, Native American, indigenous blood.
Yeah. Most Mexicanos that do that 23andMe or 31 flavors or whatever we're going to call it.
Baskin Robbins.
I have 31 flavors, and my pinwheel's all colorful, all different, because I'm come from heathens and people that, Anyway, most Mexicanos have it says Native America.
Yeah.
Central America.
Mm-hmm.
Mestizos, Aztecs, Maya, and all that stuff. I don't know why I have to use that accent.
I know. You brought it home.
That's okay.
You keep it real.
Hey, man.
Keep it real.
Hey, we're from San Luis Potosí. I think I just want to show off that I can pronounce the words.
I mean, we get it.
Yeah. So anyway, I wore shorts, dude, and now I feel like an outcast.
Well,
Let's just agree to wear pants.
Well, you're going to have to soon if it keeps cooling down.
Either that or we get a tablecloth.
I don't wear pants until it gets into the 60s. It's my thing. I'm OCD about that. I like wearing shorts, and I don't like to wear pants unless it's in the 60s for the high temperature, which is not a lot of days in Texas.
It feels great outside.
However,
right
where LG's got us seated, this makes you sit straight up, and so it makes my gut stick out. I was conscious about it. You've been on TV forever. You don't care. You used to be on television.
Yeah, but the set covers most of my gut.
I went back and looked last week, and I'm like, ooh, don't pull your shirt up anymore. And then I'm sitting like this, and I'm like, oh, I'm sitting on my Christmas present right now. So I have to wear. And so next week I'm gonna wear pants. Get some of those like mom jeans that don't have a front. It's like elastic.
Okay.
So it makes it look like you're not so big.
That is hilarious.
Sorry.
I tell you,
I don't. Did you have a plan today? I'm sorry.
No. Not anymore. No.
Okay.
But we are. One thing we have done differently this week, as opposed to last week, is we brought out the laptop here, and no, Hewlett-Packard is not sponsoring us yet. But
bastards.
In the promise of interacting, in the spirit of interacting with you guys, we can see if you guys have comments or questions for any of the three of us. Paul Salazar has shared this and Lisa Larada says hello, so we say hello to you, Lisa, too. So let us know what you think. If you have thoughts about the show, questions, comments. We'll answer just about anything, I think, right?
Clothing talk.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a clothing sponsor at some point. I mean, we are being videoed.
I gotta share this thing with you guys.
Okay.
I actually wind up doing a little bit with SA Live for their Halloween spoof that they had, and it was like a whodunit that's coming out on Halloween.
Yes.
And they told me to bring a costume, and I said, you know what? With this haircut that I have now, and I wore a white V-neck T-shirt, jeans. And I walked in. I got my costume. They look at me and they're like, oh, who are you? And I go, I'm Vin Diesel.
Clearly.
I'm Vin Diesel. And they're like,
Clearly.
they laugh so hard.
Yeah.
They laughed so hard, and I even said that to everybody. I was wearing that the whole day. I was at Magnolia Pancake House. I said, "Hey, ladies, waitresses, you like my costume? Who am I?" He goes, "Charlie Brown."
Sure.
I said, "No, I'm not Charlie Brown. I am Vin Diesel." And she goes, they both laughed again. I was like, "Well, y'all stop laughing. It's hurting my feelings now." I'm like, for real, you can't see it? You know? It's like,
If you squint with one eye
and have allergies,
and
you know,
the
you
mold
got a
is high
patch.
enough. The
You got a
mold is high
patch.
enough.
Yeah, you're gonna.
We'll
I
see
can
it.
see it.
We'll see it.
Mike,
That
you see it.
hair-
I know you see it, right, Mike?
You bet, bud. Absolutely. Well, that hair scene.
You know
So
what?
clearly you've decided just to go, when are you going to just go, you know what, just take all of it off?
I did that once, Mike.
Then you'll look more like Vin Diesel.
Okay, Mike.
Vin does not have pubic hair on top of his head. He's got nothing.
He doesn't.
Completely shaved
You
to
know,
the, to the,
there's
to
a
the skin.
big difference I found out in Vin Diesel and myself. I found out, and it was a rude finding out.
Paul Salazar asked if you were Curly from the Three Stooges.
See, I was going to say that. He's the Mexican Curly.
You know,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
it's okay. It's all right.
I love the Stooges, but that made me laugh.
But, I mean, I got Uncle Fester. I got Uncle
From
Fester.
the Addams Family.
I got Uncle Fester. I got Charlie Brown. I got everybody but Vin Diesel. Now, you said it's true. He went all bald. I went all bald last year. When I
Oh.
first found out, I don't know if I told this story, but I was at Dillard's and I was buying something, and they have this mirror that shows the back of your head.
Oh, no.
I didn't realize how thin my hair was until I saw the back of my head, and it looked like a bird's nest, this big bird's nest. And I looked and I told my wife, "Who's that?" She goes, "That's you." I said, "No." She goes, "Yeah, that's you." And I had a really, I was self-conscious about it. And my hair was so thin that you could see right through it. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, it looked like a comb over. And I told my wife, I said, "You didn't even tell me this looks like that." And I go, "It looks like I'm trying to hold on to some kind of youth." And she goes, "Well, what?" I go, "You can see everything." She goes, "What? What can you see?" "My dignity on the other side. What are you talking about?" So I wind up shaving my head without her knowing.
Without her knowing.
And I
Sexy,
shaved
baby.
my head.
Yeah.
And I go, "Huh?"
What's up?
She looked at me and she said, "Don't ever do that again."
Oh,
She
wait
goes,
a
"You
minute.
look like a
What?
chubby chipmunk about to have dinner."
She
I
likes
said,
she likes
wow.
come over Cleto?
She liked
Clearly,
Cleto.
she's with
Yeah,
you.
she-
Yes, I
and
guess.
I myself, I mean, I literally, I mean, we had this talk, and she goes, "Look, Cleto, we're older now. It's what happens. You lose your hair. You do this." So I just, I just got to get to the point of just owning it.
Dude,
I was gonna try. I
yeah.
looked at wigs. I looked
No.
at toupees. I looked at, you know how much it costs to get hair? A lot of
And
money.
they still don't look good.
No, I'm like, forget
do
that. I
it.
said, I'm just gonna own it, and that's it.
Not a baby.
This is it.
So the other
There you
day
go.
you made those logos and put us on pennies for
Yes.
show one.
Yes.
And you had our side profile, right?
Profile picture.
And I looked at mine. I'm like, God dang. Like, baby, why are you with me? Because I have the opposite. I have like this bird's nest thing. I got a big head in the back.
I could barely fit all of your hair into the penny. But
Yeah, I sent that late at night, sitting on the patio
Yeah.
after a long, and I'm like, I need a haircut. I mean, I look like I did that on purpose.
because Abe Lincoln had some hair going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And you still surpassed that.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. I have a big head.
That's all right.
Well,
And I have a lot of hair. It's thick, and so it makes my head look twice as big. I used to get crap from kids in school. They'd be like, "Hey, man, what's the weather going to be?" They thought I was a hot air. I was a weather balloon, you know.
Well, you had hair. I looked like I had a stroke. I mean, I'm
No.
looking at my face, looks all crazy. I'm like, oh man. I was like, oh well, at least my hat looked good.
We sound like a couple of bees right now.
We do.
But here's the
We
thing.
do.
You're used to being on TV. I spent years in radio. And in the last 3 months, I've just been doing this, and LG insists that we video it when it's on YouTube. See, I'm used to like going to work, I'll just slovenly, don't give a damn, just leaning into the mic, and because it's all audio, you know. It's like I can be all ugly. I have something in my teeth. No one cares. Now I feel like I've got to be like Kent Brockman from TV News. But
That's right, Mike.
But after 90 days, I ain't Kent Brockman. So I think it's time for you and me to agree right now. We're just going to own who we are, even though we're
Own
being
it,
seen.
and that's it. I'm not
I mean,
complaining about it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm trying to support you because I can
Thank you,
tell
Mike. I
I can see the
appreciate it.
pain in your eyes.
Yeah, and it comes out in
Deep
my
within.
voice. It comes out a lot.
Yeah, that you don't look like
I
Vin Diesel.
don't look like
And
Vin
I
Diesel.
used to get.
I mean, it hurts your feelings when they can't see it. You tell
Well,
them.
dude, you've got
You tell
that's
them.
unrealistic expectation. Vin Diesel's like a 6'2" supermodel blockbusting actor.
Yeah.
Well, no, you need
do you
realistic
mean?
expectations. Dude.
You start small is what you're saying?
Yeah,
like The
we're
Rock.
boys.
I'll go with The Rock then.
No, not that one either. You went bigger. He's bigger than Vin
You're like
Diesel.
telling me now, go with Danny DeVito. You know what I mean? Go
Yes,
start small.
correct.
From the Three Stooges.
Correct. No, I like Danny DeVito. That's a pretty good one, too. Yeah. Or you could do like he did for Batman and just let the back grow.
The Penguin?
And it's all
the
thin on the
Penguin.
Mayor Cobblepot.
Oh, yes.
that's
Remember
right.
him?
Yeah.
And he's got the long hair in the back. You just look like a total.
What was that?
Total pervert.
Business in the front.
Party in the
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
or
So
no,
anyway,
business
this
up
is
front,
what you
party in
get.
the
So
back.
I might wear shorts one week. I might wear jeans, or I don't know. It is what it is.
We have
dude.
not instituted a dress code yet, so
No.
I mean it's still a free for all. We're in that.
So has anybody said I look like Vin Diesel?
No, not yet. Let me refresh. Let me check. Is it the internet, the signal? I don't know. Nobody has said.
Nobody's. Yeah.
Nobody.
20 years ago and 20 pounds ago, I
20.
used to get Lou Diamond Phillips.
I could see that.
People would say that.
I
but
could
now
see Lou Diamond.
I'm too old.
Like
and
La
fat.
Bamba, Lou Diamond
Yeah,
Phillips?
like
La
La
Bamba.
Bamba.
Richie
Oh,
Valens.
not
Lou-
my
yeah, La
Richie.
Bamba.
Not my
Oh, my
Richie.
goodness.
I could see that.
I got a little Ralph Macchio when I was younger. Now I just look like a generic fat-faced dude. I don't look like anybody in
I
particular.
look at the clerk over there at QT over there on the South Cross.
Yeah, I look like a desperate podcaster. That's my Halloween costume this year. Desperate podcaster.
Who do you get, Ernie?
Well, over the years, I've gotten a few people. One day, I was at the Alamo Dome going to a sporting event. This was several years ago, and there was a kid there with their parents, and they were walking by, and there was a giant photo on the wall of the city council, and the kid looked at the picture and looked at me and thought I was Julian Castro.
Wow.
Because the mayor was right
yeah.
there. So I've gotten Julian Castro over the years. I don't see it, but it just happened multiple times, even when I was on the air. Alex Rodriguez. I know.
I can
just
see a little bit.
No,
I can see
well,
a little bit.
I got Alex Rodriguez.
You look more like A-Rod than Julian.
Well, I've gotten that. Barack Obama, I've been compared to before.
All right.
Especially when he was president.
It's a reach, but okay.
I got a Tiger Woods one time. What? I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up.
You're dark, but
I mean,
Not
I know.
Just hang out with drunks? No. You don't look like any of those people you just said.
Well, they were watching it, 5, 6 in the morning, so maybe that had something to do with it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
but
People coming home from the bar watching.
Well, we had some of that. We had some of that.
I can tell you who I don't look like.
Vin
Vin
Diesel.
Diesel. Yeah, well, that's all right.
tell you
That's
that.
all right. Neither do I. So we're good. We're good. But,
I get a lot of Mario Lopez. I don't see it. I get that one. Who else? Who was the other one? Brad Pitt? Something like that? Yeah, I get that. Of course, these are from the
Bad
guys.
Pitt.
I mean, the ladies at the bar.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Market Square. They're bingo ladies, but I love them. And but if you squint with a patch with allergies, of course.
Yeah, then you're a dead ringer.
My wife looks at me a lot like that. She just
Yeah. Well, at any rate, unfortunately, you're going to settle for the three of us here as opposed to.
So we're
Lou
not a
Diamond
pretty show. Is the point of the opening segment?
We never said we were.
We're going to try to
never
thrill you
said.
with good content.
It's
verbal
not the three
content.
pretty cents. It's just
No.
the 3 cents.
Yeah, we're three ugly pennies you find on the ground. We're not like straight out of the mint when they come out all nice and. Oh, that's the color they're supposed to be? I thought they were all dark brown, We're the dark brown old school pennies you find on the floor. But it is what it is.
Still worth the same.
But we need to own it,
right.
and still worth
Still
the
worth
same.
the same.
Yep, absolutely.
but at any
Did you
rate.
have a plan today? I'm sorry.
I mean,
What'd you do today? What's in your world? What's in your life?
I took a meeting today. I talked about having coffees. Like in the last 4 months,
had a meeting.
I've had more coffee. Taken more coffee. Let's grab coffee. Let's
Yeah.
grab a coffee. I've done those kinds of things because that's kind of our reality right now. Like is seeking out sponsors or taking meetings with people who have ideas or this and that. And so I did those kinds of things. But I was on the way over here. I was kind of dealing with just middle school stuff. My twins are in middle school right now. And I was thinking, they're in 8th grade. And I was thinking back about how crazy middle school is right now.
wait a minute. 8th grade. Which one wasn't one driving you?
My oldest is a senior.
Oh,
But my twins are in
Oh,
8th
that's
grade.
right, that's right, that's right.
So I got 3.
that's right. I forgot you have to. That's right.
Exactly. And I was thinking, as crazy as middle school in 2023 is for parents out there, and I think a lot of you would probably agree, I think we were in middle school in the similar time period, the mid to late 80s. I don't remember, and I know, smartphones and social media wasn't around back then. I don't remember middle school being, I mean, it was awkward. I don't remember it being this crazy.
With attitudes?
With the bullying, the attitudes,
Really?
the shaming, the crap, for lack of a better word, that these young kids have to deal with. I'm not just talking about just mine, but kids generally speaking. Middle school is just a hot mess.
I must have went to a innovating middle school because we were horrible to each other in the late 80s.
Well,
I went to Stripling Middle School in Fort Worth, Texas from 86 to 89.
okay.
We were deplorable, rotten, scumbag human beings to each other.
Big school?
Big school. It was a big school, and there were outcasts and idiots and thugs and these are just labels we put on each other, you know. And I had a lot of intermixing in my school. We had a lot of lower. I hate the word class, lower class, middle class, and rich people who wanted to show their ass. And you put all those people in one building. And you just get there's cliques and there's labels. Also, and this is sorry Fort Worth ISD. I'm only telling the truth. The way they did it, so they had teams, right? Because it was such a big school. Right. They had to put all the students in teams. You had team 1, team 2, team 3. And so let's say we probably had 400 eighth graders, and they whatever that is divided by 300 and whatever. So there's 100 and whatever. Just randomly draw. You 145 students are in team 1. You 145 are in team 2, and you guys are in team 3.
Right.
That way they can these teachers can focus on this. It was basically they created 3 little 8th grade cultures to better manage a big school.
Yeah.
Bull. What they did was they took us all by socioeconomic status.
No.
There is no way. It's never been proven, but all those rich kids were upstairs, all together in the same team. It was like a ship. You had lower class. You paid discount rate to get in, but you're still in, and VIP.
You're still on
where you think your boy was looking like Ralph Macchio down there in steerage.
No,
Dude,
you were not. You were Leo DiCaprio.
No, I was team 1.
You were Leo DiCaprio.
And they absolutely divvied that school up by that. It was upstairs won Homecoming King. Upstairs, they all went to Cabo.
No.
Upstairs, they all went to the Cayman Islands. You know, I went picking up cans at spring break for my grandma, trying to get money. And it's funny how everybody that I had most in common with, culturally, economically, I'll be damned, they all wound up in my team. Yeah, so I thought I hated my junior high years. It was ruthless. And we were horrible children to each other. Not to ruin your narrative, because I'm sure and I one time in my life, I was going to be a teacher. Can you imagine that? And I made one vow. I'll teach elementary. I would rather teach high school. I wouldn't walk into a junior high as a teacher if you paid me $100,000, because they'll cut years off your life. Junior high kids suck.
No, I thought about teaching as well. I mean, I substitute taught very early in my TV career because I was making like $3.75 an hour, and you couldn't. That didn't pay many bills. And my mother was an educator, and so I would just in a small school district I taught. But I'm with you. I realized I was just not cut out to be a full-time teacher.
And had we had social media in '88? I can't even imagine. So bringing this back to what you were saying. Yeah. See, I'm not in a junior high. I don't know if it's worse or not. I just know if it's worse than what I had, good grief. No wonder everybody gets triggered and needs an animal and got to have 45 counselors and all this kind of thing.
I had to learn on the fly too. I mean, at our middle school, we had to. I mean, you defended yourself. I mean, as for myself, we played like the dozens. Your mama and my mama jokes.
No,
that got me.
No.
That started stuff, and that got me through stuff. But it was about making your friends laugh with that, and I was so good at your mama jokes that they hated me. I had to
So you were dropping lines.
I was dropping lines back then. In the day. I was a comedian, didn't even know it, but I was earning my chops, because it's like my dad and my mom, they just we went to the public school. They were like go make your friends. Like it was like here, fly. And we didn't have a car. They didn't drop me off. I walked to school, took a bus or whatever, and that was it. And I had my little brother with me, was a year younger, and it was always us. And it was like, here, go on your own. I don't even let my kids take the bus. I was taking 2 buses in middle school to get to school. I don't even let my kids go near a bus stop much less. I mean, I think that we're a little bit more protective of our kids these days, but at the same time, there's some things that you just, you prepare them for, and you don't hope that they go through, but they have to.
Dude, looking back on that, do you think you became, well, you're obviously naturally funny, but when you determined that, you realized, oh, I'm kind of funny, did you kind of, you use that to fit in? You use that as a mechanism to avoid bullying?
To avoid bullying.
All this kind of thing, yeah.
You had to, like for instance, either you fought or you used verbiage to defend yourself.
Yeah.
And that was the
Nobody
thing.
wants to beat up the funny kid.
Nobody wanted to go. If you put them down so bad and talked about their mother so bad, they didn't want you to talk about them, and they didn't pick on you. So that was one way I earned respect. I wasn't much of a brawler. I wasn't that big. I was a skinny kid, but I would cut you down low, and your mom would pay the price. I mean, it's sad, but they made fun of my mom, and they would, like, if they knew they cut my mom, whatever, and then I'd say, oh, okay, and then I'd talk about their mom.
Right.
And then if I even saw their mom, then that was even worse. I'd just go off the edge on that.
We were so bad. So I went to a school that had a lot of rich kids. High school, same thing. It was a very diverse high school. I liked my high school okay. But it was still very diverse. A lot of those same students went to the high school from the junior high, so we had a lot of kids that were well off. We had a good athletic program. So a lot of those richer kids, they wanted to go to the public school because they wanted to play baseball for that school, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so we had cliques again. And what I found a lot in that scenario was the fights were outrageous because in junior high they were fighting, but high school was like dangerous. Now all of a sudden these are dudes with beards and they weigh 200 pounds.
Right.
And it was not a good scene. And kids fought all the time. And thank God they cracked down on it because if you got caught fighting in those days, you got kicked out. And we also talked a lot of crap about each other, like you said. Yeah. Hot siding is what they called it in my high school. Hot siding. Now that's talking smack. And it was so bad, man.
But you knew who to talk to.
Yeah.
And you knew you could make fun of, and you knew who you couldn't.
And we trash talk like you know what. And I played baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Taylor Jr., second base. The trash talk. So Nina's got a son. He's in high school. He's a sophomore.
Right.
And I was asking him just this week about trash talk. Like, do you guys trash talk in the huddle? Or like when there's a scrum because he plays offensive line and everybody falls on the ball. Is there trash talk? And he's like, nah, not really. And the referees will crack down on that. Like, so I think as a society, I think referees now, or even like teachers, and everyone's conscious of bullying now, I think, more than they were then. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
No
but there's
question
more.
about it.
Like in junior high was just shut up. You guys figure it out. I'm trying to teach math.
Yeah. Right.
Or just get out of my class, not deal with it. And he was saying, no, we don't talk trash because the refs they'll tee you up quick. And it's like, oh, dang, we talked our kind of mess. And the umpires didn't give a damn. As long as you didn't cuss, you were
even
fine.
back then, even the coaches that would like call you names on the field.
Yes.
You can't even do that today.
You can't do that now.
I did a Where's Cleto a while back, and it was for the Army game. They had high school Army game.
Right.
I was talking to the two drill sergeants, and I'm asking them, I go, my dad keeps telling me about the drill sergeants back in his day when he was going, before he went to Vietnam and everything. And he was like, yeah, they were really good. I go, are y'all the same way? He goes, no, we can't even touch them. We can't even yell at them. We couldn't do anything. Like, it's so different now because of society, like you said.
Well, there's cameras everywhere now, too.
That too. And it's like there's so much of what was once regular and norm is now unspoken.
I would argue that we should have been more policed then.
Oh, yeah.
Now, of course, we always do this. Every time there's a problem, I talk about this on my other show all the time. It's like one of the biggest ass whips of my lifetime. It's how we overcorrect problems. Mm-hmm. Oh, we have this bullying problem, and we got these outrageous kids. So let's completely overcorrect it to the other side, where now we're overcorrecting and we're turning out little flowers at 18, 19 years old with no clue how to be a grown-up.
Right.
There's got to be some balance to that.
Yeah.
We were not disciplined nearly enough, in my experience. Now I think a lot of schools it's overkill, but everybody's scared of everybody, and you might get called fat or too skinny on
I'll tell
Twitter.
you what, there was my dad and my mom did not believe in timeout, which was kind of sad for me.
In the traditional sense.
In the traditional sense, yeah. My dad was he was a spanker.
Okay, okay.
And he would just he would spank me. I think sometimes for stuff that I didn't even do. Like he would spank me if my brother got in trouble. That was like, wait a minute,
Dang.
man, how's this logic?
Marine Corps parenting.
Yeah, pretty much.
The
And
whole platoon gets it if one kid gets out of line.
where was that parent when I asked for Apple Jacks and then I didn't get it and I started crying and my dad spanking me in the aisle? Where was that parent
Oh,
at?
no.
If that parent came to my dad would have spanked them too. I'm almost convinced he would have.
Different time.
Different time.
Different time.
Different time.
We have.
go ahead.
No, I was
Sorry.
just gonna say, Maite Ruiz came on. She said,
Maite.
I'm sorry. I want to make sure I have that right. She said, middle school is the bomb. She says,
She's a teacher. That's why.
She says it's not worse, just different.
Yeah,
I agree.
Which
yeah.
we think we can't. TL Markham, 2 Thunderdomers here from Austin. Tammy
What's up?
and Rob.
Yo.
Great show. Thank you.
Thank you,
Lois West
Hey, Lois.
works at the TV station
Yay.
for many years. She said, "Unhitch that trailer, Zuniga." Yeah, so that's a reference to when you played second base.
Okay.
In high school.
Yeah.
I went to a private school in Victoria, and I was a pitcher and for the softball team, middle school softball.
Boys softball.
Slow pitch softball, believe it or not.
What planet was that?
This was
Texas?
Victoria. Yeah, it was
Must be nice having that kind of athletic budget.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
So
They didn't even have girls softball
No,
when
so
I was in
I was
high
the
school.
pitcher. But one day at a tournament, I hit the ball, and I guess it was good enough I was going for a double, so I round first. And as I'm rounding first, the coach yells out, "Zuniga, unhook that trailer."
Yeah.
Because it looked like I was pulling a trailer, because I've never been blessed with speed,
Gotcha.
or athletic ability. And so,
Right.
so to this day, Lois, sometimes in the studio, I would move around kind of
Do you remember I don't know if you know this or not, but we had a softball team at the station.
Sure, I played in a game or two once upon a time.
I played with Carlios, signed me up when I started working with
Sunday
him.
nights.
Sunday nights, that's right.
Ridiculous. The game starts like at 8 o'clock or
Yes,
whatever, and I had
yes.
to be up at 2:30 in the morning.
Right. I was doing these games, and I was playing shortstop, and I was having fun until I got a line drive to my shin. And after that, they call me the Matador because everything that came my way was ole,
Yes,
ole. I'm not diving, and I'm not getting hit again. That's for dang sure.
Coaches were brutal when I was a kid too.
Oh yeah.
There was no policing of coaches. Not really. Not like probably like now.
Not like now.
They were brutal.
No. You can't dog cuss a student now. Not that you should be able to.
Right.
My baseball coach was horrendous to us verbally all the time. We were scared to death of him.
Yeah.
I respected him, strangely enough, because he was one of the few disciplinary people in my life. But when he got really mad, he was really, really mad. He once told me, so I was at third base.
Okay.
They moved me from second to third because we had a really good third baseman. He was all-state, and they had come out to interview him for the local paper. And so he was off in the dugout doing his interviews. So coach needed a third baseman for practice, so he put me over there. And halfway through, the coach looks over at Brad Wallace, who was getting interviewed by the paper, who wound up being the all-time doubles leader at TCU. He was good.
Oh, nice.
Coach is like, "Wallace, hurry up with that damn interview. Taylor, you are horrible. If I had anybody else in this entire effing school to play third base, I would put them there now." I mean, I'm 16. I'm delicate, right here. So, yeah, they were. He once called one of my buddies that played on the team. He always called him the donkey.
Oh.
It's like, I'm going to call you a donkey because I'm not allowed to call you a jackass.
Oh, no.
What a bastard. So, so I don't know how they are now in 2K23, but in 1993, they were gangster rappers.
That's right.
And it was brutal. You feared the coaches, and there was no way to. We're not here to. We're trying to win games and get better, or are you pretending that you are a long lost drill sergeant because that's what it turned into.
I mean, some coaches might try to get away with that, but chances are it'll end
Not
up
for
on a
long.
smartphone somewhere,
Sure.
on the news, or in a parent's. In the booster meeting or something like that, and that'll be
Soccer
ending
was the
pretty
worst for
quickly,
me
so.
because my coach was bilingual, and he cussed me out
in
on
both languages.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dual language.
Wow. Okay. Well, very
Both
good.
languages.
Well, very interesting. It is the bottom of the hour. This is the 3 Cents Podcast. Ernie Zuniga, Mike Taylor, Cleto Rodriguez, Roy Lopez says, "How's it going?" Well,
Roy
it's
Lopez.
going good so far here. We have another
Roy
half hour
Lopez
to go.
Jr.? Is it Roy Lopez Jr.?
Well, it just says Roy Lopez.
Roy Lopez, okay.
So,
So.
but at any rate,
Which we probably want to tell everybody to go to our new 3 Cents podcast.
So we did try to upgrade the social media since we last saw you. So we have since created a Facebook page for the 3 Cents Podcast, or TCP as we're calling it. We've got an Instagram page. We've got a Twitter or X page. And then there's a YouTube page as well. So we're trying to, as the kids say, smash that subscribe button or whatever they,
That's
and,
right.
check us out on
No
the
capping.
platform of your choice. But yeah. So at any rate, keep the comments coming and the questions here. We got another half hour with you as we continue on here. And are you enjoying the weather change?
I am enjoying the weather. I'm a big fall guy. I'm not so much big on summer. I mean, I like it, but I like fall a lot.
Are you a pumpkin spice latte,
No.
PSL, all that?
No.
Will you go to the pumpkin patch and get your obligatory photo with the Rodriguezes?
Yes, I do.
Laying in a field of pumpkins?
I do that because my wife always wants me to.
Okay.
And but yeah, I am getting ready to do that. It's like the same with blue bonnets when they come out. Let's go stop on the side of the road and get bit by bugs and all kinds of stuff, and
ants and
rattlesnake, spiders and
whatever.
snakes and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we do all that. How about you?
My wife reminded me we have to go to Trader Joe's soon because Trader Joe's.
Oh, the maze?
Have you ever not been there with? No,
I
with
have,
these-
but I'm wondering why fall.
because the pumpkin stuff comes out.
Oh.
And listen, I got to admit, it's some of it's really, really good. There's 50, 60 items
It's divine.
that magically come out, things you didn't even know that you would like with pumpkin in them.
Yeah,
And so we're,
like pumpkin tamales.
baking pumpkin jellies and pumpkin cookie butters and pumpkin candles and pumpkin. So hopefully I didn't just spoil her cover and everything will be sold out at Trader Joe's now. But that's on the to-do list. We gotta
Trader,
get over
is
there.
it all like? Is it all gluten-free candles? Pumpkin
Well,
spice.
some of it is, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Some of it
shipped
is.
in from-
gluten free.
Yeah, these are farm-raised pumpkins, not
Right.
cage-free.
Yes.
Cage-free.
Do you go to the
pumpkins.
maze as well?
We usually go to Love Creek Orchards in Medina. They have an apple orchard out there, and
I
you
love
go,
this. You're traditional. I love that. That's
but-
good. I'm
but-
just giving you crap.
Well, but we just found out within the last couple of weeks, they're not doing their pumpkin patch this year for whatever reason. I don't know if it was staffing or the economy or COVID related. But they have it's in Medina. It's a beautiful 45-minute drive up the hill country. They have they call it the Apple Store, not to be confused with the computer iPhone place, but it is quite literally a store that has everything Apple in it, and they sell this apple pie. I don't know if you ever had one at the TV station, but it's got 6 pounds of apples in it, and it is quite literally like this high. And they make this
I can only
homemade.
have a little bit of it. 'cause
Well, me too.
It's straight beaties.
But we share. But they have the apple ice cream with this caramel drizzle
a la
on top.
mode.
And
A la mode.
let's just say worth the trip to Medina.
Do you boys dress up ever still? I'm trying to find me and Nina in the last year.
I don't think I
Dress up for Halloween?
Oh, for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dressed up 2 years ago. I don't think I dressed up last year.
I enough about date night, but yeah.
See, I don't do any of that fun family crap. We go to parties, homes.
Yeah, well,
We get dolled up. I don't know. Is this not going to work, LG? Can you zoom in on this picture? God dang it!
or you just have to hold it up. You have to you might have to.
What kind of crew we have here? He hates when I do this kind of stuff. So I'll just show you boys.
Oh,
This
look,
is me
look.
and Nina.
Emerson will put it
That's
on there.
me and Nina last year. Okay. Is that?
There'll be a
can you
delay.
Focus on that.
There'll be a delay.
That's fine.
But you can explain.
Yeah,
what
that's
we're
me. And
looking
look
at.
at that. I'll show you boys up close. See, we have fun. We do adult crap on Halloween.
Oh,
we got all adult. Look at that.
Look at that.
33% Mexicano.
Yeah.
I
it
see
is,
that.
boy.
23andMe
Yeah.
right there.
Look at
That's
that. Yeah, we
Show 'em
go.
off.
You won a costume contest.
Look
Let me
at that.
guess.
Hey,
You won a contest.
I tried white women for a while, but I finally struck gold. About that.
El Meadow and
Dude.
Sad Girl.
I've never dated a Mexicana.
Rock your world,
Dude.
Yeah.
And I heard y'all always tell me, I'm labeling y'all now.
Yeah,
y'all,
Y'all.
you
Y'all.
Mexicans.
Yeah, you Mexicans.
Yeah,
Wait till they get mad. Wait till you do something stupid.
yeah.
Dude,
We-
I don't know. Maybe Nina's. Dude, I can't.
You got the winner. You got the
I
one.
waited too long. I got that one.
That one.
Yeah, maybe it's the 2-year mark. We've been together about a year and a half. At 2 years,
No,
maybe.
once you make it past 6 months,
Oh, okay.
you're good. You're
So
good.
this is as bad as it's gonna get? I
If
can
you're
handle
still
this.
happy at close to 2 years,
Uh-huh.
you're good. Look, understand something. I told this one guy one time. He was in an anchor, and he said, "Man, my ex is crazy. I married a Cuban woman." And I said, "Bro, all Latinas are crazy, all right? But there's a difference in them." I go,
Have you ever been with a white woman?
Hold on a second.
And all that entitlement?
Hold on a second.
Dude, white people are effing crazy.
So I told him, I go, a Cuban woman will come at you angry with a knife. But at least you know she's coming at you. You know what I mean? I go, a Puerto Rican woman will talk you to death to where you want to kill yourself. I go, and then you got a Mexican woman. Now, she won't say nothing. She'll just say, no, this meal's for him. And that's up to you whether you want to eat it or not. Oh. So believe me when I say
it's got X-Lax in the beans.
It might have. Yeah, X-Lax would be the looks.
No.
X-Lax would be lucky. That
I
means
can
she likes you.
I can handle an angry woman cussing at me. That's cool.
Okay.
I don't love it. I don't want to handle it, but
right.
that's better than at least coming at me with a knife. Okay, cool. I get there's a knife coming at me.
Coming at you, right?
What's worse than that is the way the many women, not Nina, have the ability to just slice your ass up verbally. Oh. That's what they do worse. That's when they make you feel Vin Diesel, get the hell out of here. yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
They demean you,
a woman's ability to emasculate a man with their words.
Yes.
It's one of the great things that needs to be written about in the history books.
I told you about my new joke that I wrote on stage.
Oh,
I
go
said,
ahead.
have you ever been so in an argument with your spouse that's so bad that they beat you down so bad that you have to go and lift yourself up somewhere to encourage yourself back to life? Oh. I was in the restroom looking in the mirror. My wife beat me down so bad, like I would look like a scene from The Help. You're smart. Oh. You kind.
Dang.
You're important. I was
Good
like,
grief.
man, I was like, that's how I was beat down. I mean, it's like those days. Those are the awkward bad days. Of course, you can say, not Nina. Give it some time.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that because she's my lady now. I'm lucky to have her, but
you look so happy right now. You're like on cloud 9.
Oh, thank you,
bro.
honey.
You got birds flying around. I mean, it's like me and Ernie, we've been married for what, like
25 years next year.
23 for me. Yeah. So I mean, it's like.
Well, I'm gonna let both of y'all know, and obviously your marriages are doing fine, and I've met your wives, and they're awesome women, and they're great, and they've even helped out on our show already
with
ideas and stuff. I'm just saying, if you ever thought, what would it be like to be with a white woman? Don't do it. You're good. I went brown, and I'm
stuck around.
I'm gonna stick around.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm really good.
Yeah, so, you're good. There's all that curiosity.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good right
there. Take it from me. I played baseball. I'm 0 for 2.
Oh, wait a minute.
With the white ones.
Okay. Third time's a charm, though. Third time's a charm.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
That's right. Because I had 31 flavors went brown.
All you were missing were little comino spice.
I needed. That's right. I just needed a little cortado. I needed a little cinnamon. I needed canela, and I got it. So we're good. Thank you. Shout out, baby. Love you hard. Love you hard. So I think I demand we dress up for a Halloween show.
Absolutely.
That was the week of Halloween.
We got about 3 weeks.
Halloween is on a Tuesday.
3 weeks from today.
It's on it's a Tuesday.
Oh, now I'm doing the math in my head. It's 3 weeks from today.
I can tell you who I'm not going to be on Halloween.
You need to let it go. Let it go. Embrace your inner. We could be the Three Stooges. Funny bit.
Well, we got Curly.
We know who's Curly.
Well, Larry had the most hair, right?
Sure, I can be Larry.
And I would Mo Howard. Or Shimp.
Yeah. Shimp, yeah.
Or Joe. I mean, Joe was like
that was when the show had jumped the shark. Yeah. We don't want Joe.
No, what was the other one?
That's like having beardless Pluto and
Larry,
Popeye.
Mo, and Curly.
That was the most popular one.
Right.
He was the mean one.
Yeah.
What's
the matter with you? He'd always say that.
Oh, you think that's funny?
Wise guy.
Larry was the lovable idiot who made all the jokes.
That's right.
Larry, he just
Curly
took
just embraced him.
Oh,
Curly was the unknown dummy.
Yeah,
he was dumb and didn't know it, and that made him sweet.
But very funny.
Very funny.
Very funny. Stole the scene most of the time.
Well, the fat one always does.
And what comments do we have?
In the shows that I've watched, I'm giving. See, if you can take it now, we're going to make it.
We're going to make it.
The show's going to be great.
We're going to make it.
And I only defer so you don't look at my bill.
He's the only one that has his own swag.
Oh, I know.
That's for sure.
Dude, which, by the way, we'll be getting our swag pretty soon.
Now, when he got on board, I knew the show might be all right.
Yeah,
We need somebody who knows who they are.
We got the Cleto Rodriguez comedy swag here. So it's
Which, by the way,
trending up.
We got to give a
Yeah.
shout out to Alamo Tees, merchandising,
Yeah,
and
week 2 already. Shoot.
a proud sponsor of our 3 podcasts.
The 3 Cents Podcast.
3 Cents
TCP.
Podcast. That's right, and they're going to be coming on. And TCP, I like that. That's
Thank
nice.
you.
I like that. Maybe that ought to be the
TCP. Well, we were talking earlier. We have plenty of room on the front of the laptop, on the seats. We got all kinds of. We turn this into a NASCAR, here with all the little logos and the decals and everything.
We don't sell our soul for anybody.
Nah.
Come on.
Are you
I
kidding?
would, pretty much.
Okay,
yeah.
Mike would.
I'm at a stage in my life right now. For sale, right here. For sale.
The legs as well. The legs
all
for
of it.
sale.
Come on, all
What
of it.
was that on the boxing? What did they have the ladies and remember they marked them up and
Like the ring
girls.
Yeah.
What was it called? GoldenNugget.com or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, that back when Bitcoin was coming out, like in the early 2010s or whatever. I can't. Was it Dennis Rodman was into that stuff, right?
That's
and he had
right,
the
yeah.
shirts and everything, and that was once upon a time. But
Bitcoin.
yeah, so
What
Cleto looks like a Hispanic Costanza.
George Costanza. I can see that. Yeah.
Seinfeld.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, good Seinfeld reference.
Boy, this is just you're
Well,
having
no.
an
He's going to be
awesome
looking at
show.
himself in the mirror later.
Well,
I think after this show, I'm gonna go find a trainer.
No, you'll be able to handle your wife easier now. If you take it at work, maybe you'll say, hey, I took it all day at work. I don't need it from you. Maybe she'll stand down.
Yeah, That's
She'll
it right
stand
there.
down.
that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ticket.
yeah.
That's the
Yes,
ticket. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, babe. Oh, Mike told me to say that.
Yeah. It's all Mike. It was all Mike.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. How about them Cowboys? I think San Francisco
Oh,
just
you
scored
want to
again.
go sports.
I think San
How about that
Francisco
just
Wemby?
bring
How about Wemby?
Wemby.
He did this move. The game was last night or the
Last
night
night,
before,
right.
where he was like a Dr. J type move, where he started with the ball on the right side of the basket and then went under the basket and under a guy, and then came back around the left side and like not finger rolled it, but laid it up in craziness.
All while being 7'5".
All while being 7.5 feet tall.
He had an open court dunk last night where he, like when he got to the 3-point line,
Right.
he dunked it and took like 2.5 steps maximum. It took him 2.5 steps to go from the 3-point line to the rim, and he almost had to calm it down so he didn't smash his face on the rim to get the ball in. And it looks like a softball in his hand.
Seriously.
Yeah, and that was him. I'm not going to take over with Spurs talk unless you want me to. But
we can.
Oh my gosh, he's not even being coached right now.
Yeah.
Pop's just like, kid, go out there and freewheel it.
Yep.
We're not going to call a bunch of plays. You're not just preseason. Just go out there and make some plays, man. See what happens. Obviously, there's a couple of set plays, but in 2 months when he knows the system and they have set plays, and Pop didn't even play 2 of the starters last night. In a couple of months when all the starters are playing, he's gotten better. The chemistry's built, kind of like our show right now.
Hey,
right now it's preseason. We'll go from fat jokes to real decent. We'll have good content in 60 days.
Okay,
At
good.
some point,
Also,
he's going to turn into he's going to be everything I think that
must-watch
people
TV.
think he's going to be. Yeah, and the Cowboys are horrible, and it's time to get rid of Dak Prescott. That's my
think
Cowboy
so.
take. Yeah.
I was interesting that you
can't
brought
yet.
that up, because even my wife, who is a casual football fan,
Yeah.
found herself watching Sunday night and wondering, like, is this really, like, is this ever going to work?
No.
Is there a scenario? And I know Jerry Jones came out and said, this is my guy still. And, of course, he has to say that, right? 'Cause
Sure.
he's cut him such large checks.
No, you're not going to come out like, oh, well,
I've been I'm up to my ass in it now because I'm stuck with his ass for a year and a half. So I'm just gonna sit here and die. I'll probably be dead before he retires.
he can't do that.
He
so
cannot
he's
do
got to
that.
stand by him. It's
Jerry
unfortunate, you know.
Jones.
Now, you're
He's got to.
you're a Texans fan, so as an outside Cowboys fan,
Mm-hmm.
you have loyalties to another team, but as a casual observer of all of this, I mean, where do you come in on the Dak Prescott situation?
I like Dak as a person, but it's time to move on.
He's in the friend zone.
He's in the friend zone. I like him as a person, but I
my
gave him the
gosh.
benefit of the doubt the last couple of years. But I saw him smiling right after an interception during the game, and I'm thinking, what in the world is he smiling
He's
at?
lost all confidence.
Yeah.
That was
Right.
that was a defense mechanism. It was it's like I'm all out of answers, so it's just kind of funny. Wow,
Yeah.
I suck. He knew he
can't.
sucked.
He can't. I just told my dad, if he can't score a touchdown right here, there's
Yeah.
no sense in keeping him. And that's when he did the pass to Turpin.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he had
yeah.
the touchdown.
I have a correction to make, by the way. My wife has just come on because I called her a casual football fan, and she said, casual?
Uh-oh.
So let me please have a retraction and say that Tammy is a educated, knowledgeable, longtime fan of football. What?
Nina doesn't know squat, but it makes it fun
Ernie,
to watch
it's so
with
funny
her.
watching you act like me.
Will Nina watch the ball game with you? Like
She did watch it, and she comments on things that no one would ever say because she doesn't watch football. And so she comments on hair.
Okay.
Or what?
Taylor
a
Swift?
Guy, no.
Taylor
well,
Swift's not in the game. Yeah.
Just a guy's size. How boring the kickoff. She made an astute observation. Why do they keep doing kickoffs when all they do is kick it? The guy watches it,
Right.
and they do this, and they go blow the whistle.
Yeah. Yeah.
She declared it's time to outlaw the kickoff because they made it where now everything's a touchback because kickers don't kick off as deep as they used to. I thought that was a very astute observation by you, baby. So last week she's at her kids' game, and I'm not there. I'm doing something else, and I'm asking, how's the game going? She wrote, quote, our kicker person just made the U-hole. And I thought, I'm going to roll with we made a field goal.
Okay.
I think or an extra point. Our kicker person made the U-hole.
The U-hole.
It looks like a U.
Yep.
Oh, the uprights.
The uprights,
Oh, like the
yes.
uprights.
The
Okay.
cross- yeah.
I get
The
it.
crossbar.
I get it.
She
U-hole.
called it a U-hole.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
And I mean, okay. So
Not
that's-
wrong.
She's
Yeah.
no.
Not
I
wrong.
So
can't.
I wouldn't call her an astute observationist of football, but she will watch the games with me.
Okay.
But
to her
she's
credit-
learning. She wants to
Well,
learn.
and she's never watched football ever. She's never been with a sports guy.
Ah.
And to her credit, she used to intern with the Spurs. She knows hoops. She can
Okay.
watch hoop all day, but football's different. And she's been really cool knowing that, okay, this dude kind of has to watch football. So I'm gonna
For work.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch with him, and it's funny.
Do y'all make
she's
snacks
great.
and stuff to
Oh,
watch the game?
the other night, you know it.
Yeah.
We ordered hot wings. So I had beer and hot wings.
Gotta
man.
have
I
snacks.
barbecued for that
Yeah,
big
and then
game.
I regretted it overnight because I had the worst heartburn I've had.
Oh.
And then I know I had not heartburn. I had acid reflux.
Acid reflux, yeah.
A bunch of chicken wings. I gotta stop eating them. I'm getting to that age now where I just can't. Let's just go balls out for the game, bro. I'm gonna eat a bucket of nachos and 40 wings and 16 beers. Not that I don't care about getting drunk. I'm gonna feel like shit for 3 days.
Well,
you know?
they're on Monday Night Football this next week, so you can
Right.
plan
No
accordingly.
wings. Salad.
Salad.
Oh, that's right. They're on Monday night.
on
next
Monday
week,
Night
right?
Football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another prime time.
So another
game.
national game to
See.
see if Dak can turn it around.
Erica's team. No matter what.
They're like up to $9
Bring
billion.
in the
or something.
lefty. Bring in
It's time. Well,
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
No, they can't.
They're not gonna do
He's
that.
stuck with Dak all year unless Dak gets hurt. Dak's not the worst quarterback in the league. He's middle of the pack, which means he's going to have about 4 games where he's an A+. He's going to have 4 F- like the other night, and he's going to have 12 C's. And so you add all that up at the end of the year, and he's a C quarterback.
But Brock
That's what he
Purdy
is.
on the other side of the field the other night is an example of a guy who was drafted last, literally last, doesn't do anything necessarily spectacular individually, but he does enough of the fundamentals the right way where
Right.
he can
You know,
the
the
49ers
difference-
blow out the Cowboys.
The difference between him and Brock Purdy is that Brock knows how to make something out of nothing when the play's done and there's no play there. Dak sticks with the play all the way. If there's nothing there, he just throws it because that's what the play
Or
was
doesn't
called.
throw it and takes a sack.
Yes, exactly. And he just, it frustrates me because I had Tony Pollard in my fantasy football, and he
I
didn't
would
throw
not play
it.
him much anymore.
Really?
Their offense is awful.
Oh, I know.
Sorry.
I know.
No,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, and I get it.
But that's my main.
they're frustrated.
running back, yeah.
Well,
I have nobody else.
I'm sorry, bro.
Joe Mixon's trash.
Oh yeah.
James Cook is all right.
Well, look, man, they're just one of the other. Like I said, there's 3 or 4 teams at the top. There's 3 or 4 horrible teams at the bottom. There's 25 other teams in the middle that are all the same. Dallas is one of those that are the same. They may stomp New England and the Jets and the Giants, and then give 42 to the 49ers and get mauled by the Cardinals.
Right.
They might beat the Chargers Monday night.
On the road.
Because the NFL's stupid that way.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Dak specifically, he's 30. Ever since he tore his foot up in the Giants game, gosh, what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
3 years ago.
He lost his mobility. And so his age, the wear and tear, mixed with the pretty good talent, it's all kind of catching. He's just getting old, man. And he's probably on the 16th hole, to use a golf reference.
Yeah.
I did not realize that Stephon Diggs was that big of a loss.
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs.
The interceptions. And
I did
everything.
not
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
he was a big loss. Because,
And then his backup got hurt.
and Micah Parsons, I was expecting a lot more from him, and he didn't even show up.
Micah didn't do well. He's getting double, triple teamed. Everybody they're out there just. No one played worth a damn the other night. But when that's going to happen, it's the NFL. Everybody's the same. Everyone's got good players and bad players. Everyone's got strengths and weaknesses. That's
sleep
why
on the Lions.
it's so important. There's another quarterback better than Dak now. It's so important for the quarterback to be able to clean up when we don't have a good day or the defense doesn't have it. We got a guy that just got hurt. Tony Pollard has got the squirts. I, as the quarterback, have to make it work. And Dak does not have the ability to do that.
Let me ask you, Mike. You probably know this more than maybe Ernie as well, but they're saying if you put Mac Jones with the 49ers team, he'd be just as good as Brock Purdy. Now, with that said, do you think if you switched Justin Fields with Dak Prescott, would the Cowboys be a lot better?
No, they'd be the same.
Fields has more mobility, right?
Yeah,
He runs more.
but I don't think he doesn't have the. I think Fields has been ruined by playing for Chicago.
I think so.
And that's
Trey Lance is there, though. I mean, Trey Lance is probably a better athlete right now than Dak is, right?
athlete, yeah, but he's going to throw 5 picks, and he's not going to know the system, and he's going to panic, and he's going to be hesitant. I'm not saying Dak's the worst quarterback in football, but what you said about Mac Jones, I don't know who told you that, but they were
talking about Nationals.
They're idiots, whoever that is. Mac Jones is awful. He is terrible. He got benched this week. I would have taken him out sooner than Belichick did against the Cowboys. He's horrible. Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. And this whole narrative about, and the 49ers they have a great team. They have a damn good system.
They really do.
But they've also gone through, Jimmy Garoppolo, he's not as good as Purdy. Purdy beat out Trey Lance, who was the 3rd overall pick. This narrative that, Purdy's small and he doesn't have the biggest arm, that's why he was the last pick in the draft, that was a great story, but I'm ready to move on from that story. The story now just is Brock Purdy can play.
He hasn't. Is he still
He's just
undefeated?
good.
Like he hasn't
he
lost
the regular season.
I mean, that's
Regular
insane.
Yeah. And it's not just, they've got great defense and the system's good. That's true, but he runs the you-know-what out of that system and makes all the great plays. The passes he made the other night were darts that Dak couldn't do 5 years ago. Brock Purdy's a damn good quarterback.
Yeah.
I watched him in college. I'm a TCU man, and he tore them frogs up. And I just, oh, my God. We had the top 20 defense in the country. He went to the top 50 after that game. He's good. He's just small, but he can play. And I bet they win the Super Bowl this year.
I mean, if they stay healthy, I don't know. They'd be tough to beat right now.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So, a few more minutes here. So, our friend Xavier, the freaking Rican, says, bring back Drew Bledsoe. I'm not sure that's. Drew Bledsoe's into like winemaking now, I think, and those kinds of things. I don't know that Drew Bledsoe's coming back into the league.
He is a winemaker. You're right about that.
He's big time into wine, the vineyards, and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So,
I read about that.
Drew Bledsoe's in a good place.
Anyway, I still 10-7, something like that.
You still have that?
9-8. They're just
sneak into the playoffs.
They're a rando team. That's what they are, and they gotta move on from Dak as soon as they can. Unfortunately, they can't now. Can't.
Yeah, no.
Lance isn't ready.
Lance isn't ready, but
no.
I'm with you. I don't see how they move from him.
Go Astros.
So. We'll see.
Go
we'll
Wemby.
See.
Almost
Oh
Wemby.
my gosh.
C.J. Stroud, no interceptions.
The Texans. Yeah.
5 games in. Very
That's
exciting.
pretty remarkable. So, you feel good about the Texans and everything?
I do. I mean, we lost by a couple, but, I seen them. Of course, from way at the bottom, everything's improvement.
Right.
Everything's going. You have nowhere else but to go up. So,
Sure.
yeah, I mean, I think now that we got Stroud and we got somewhat of their defense kind of clicking a little bit, it's just a matter of there's certain pieces missing.
Yeah. All right, a few more minutes here on the 3 Cents podcast. Looking ahead, do you guys have any big weekend plans? I mean, we talked about pumpkin patches and everything. I know Friday night we're supposed to go to the Spurs game, the preseason game.
Oh, cool. Very good.
Saturday you've got UTSA and UAB, and I'm going to try to get in a little tailgating there at the Alamo Dome.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful weather and everything. And the eclipse. If
When's
you're
the
into
eclipse?
Saturday morning, it's going to be over the course of like 2 or 3 hours. I think it starts roughly around 10:15, 10:20, and then there's the Ring of Fire like at 11:50.
Don't you have to go up to like Comfort or somewhere to see it?
No.
better?
No. Well, Comfort is like there's where the map is the best coverage or the most totality or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in theory would be up in the hill country, but you'll get just about the same experience here. And then next April, you get the total eclipse here in San Antonio.
I have no idea what we're doing this weekend. I haven't talked to Nina, but I tell you what we did this past weekend.
Yeah.
Dude. So I don't know how much you boys are familiar with it, but we are big bull riding fans.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So my buddy's the CEO of a bull riding team, the Austin Gamblers. I want to give a shout out to the Austin Gamblers bull riding team.
Okay.
So professional bull riding last year, for years it's just been everybody for himself. It's an individual sport. Bull riders show up, they ride bulls, they get judged. Last year they decided to turn it into a team series where you draft cowboys. You draft riders, and that's your team.
Okay.
And they go to these different events, and all of your guys will ride, and they get an aggregate score, and that's your score. And if you have a higher aggregate than the other team, you win that game, so to speak.
Okay.
That's how they do it. It's really cool. It's like team golf.
Yeah.
Except they're riding bulls. And we went up to Fort Worth on Saturday and to root on the Austin Gamblers. And we had dirt side seats, as they call them. Like literally,
Yeah.
like the bulls were like running by us like this close. I could
Drooling
reach out
on you and
touch
everything,
one.
yeah.
You could smell them. It was unbelievable. And to see the danger that these dudes put themselves in that do this crap for a living, these dudes are nuts. And we actually saw a guy get really hurt. He got stomped on his leg. Boom. And it was disturbing. I mean, you could hear it. We were so close you could hear it.
Oh, no.
It was bad. And I found out this morning as I texted JJ. He was not on our team. He was on Kansas City.
Okay.
Guy by the name of Chase Outlaw. Isn't that a great name
course
for
it was.
great-
Yeah, that's a
that
great
was
name.
his name.
It's a
Isn't that a
great
great name for a bull rider? Chase sustained. We couldn't tell because he had jeans on.
Oh, no.
He wound up with a compound fracture. And he had to have massive reconstructive leg surgery from the leg down or from the knee down, and he's out months.
Gosh.
Wow.
He's going to have steel plates in there, but I guarantee you, as soon as I'm ready, I'll be back on that damn
gonna get
bull
back-
because those
get back
people
on.
are nuts, and it's you just don't go from bull riding to teaching or teaching to bull riding. You go from bull riding to dying. Anyways,
No,
shout out to the Austin Gamblers.
Every
That
year when they
stuff's
come
awesome.
for the rodeo, when we go and see them, and you're
It's
just like
incredible.
kind of like
Yeah.
watching a little bit like, oh,
It's incredible. And they all know at some point I'm going to get really, really hurt. Not like sprained ankle or, I tore my ACL. At some point I'm going to have 14 cracked ribs.
you ask any of them to list their injuries over the course of their career, and none of them will have fewer than 5 or 10 injuries, and they'll list, and it's on both sides.
Last year I went up to Thrall. LG went with me. We actually have video of it. We made a little promo out of it. We went to Thrall, Texas, about a mile from nowhere and a million miles from everywhere. And there's a bull riding ranch up there, and they put my ass on a bull in the bull chute. They didn't open it, but they had me go up, and I was going to sit on the bull.
Yeah.
And I freaked out. So
Heck yeah.
when you get into the bull chute, what you do is you step on the bull with your feet. Doesn't hurt him. He weighs 2,000 pounds,
Right.
but he knows you're on him. And they're like, just you step on him first, let him know you're there, and then just slide your legs down real slow, and then sit on him, and that's all you're going to do. Then we're going to pull you up. Take a funny picture. Taylor's on the bull. And mind you, the guy that was helping me had all this was metal. His
Yeah, of
entire
course it-
upper jaw was metal. And what was it, LG? Like his third set of metal. He had broken his jaw for the third time because he was on the bull, and he got flipped forward, and then the bull came up and bashed his face on the back of the bull's head, shattered everything he's got. It's not that they have accents. They start off talking like this, and then by 5 years in, they're talking like this because they got no jaw. And I got on there, dude, and I swear to you, I'm like, I panicked because I felt the bull wiggle. He's like, okay. because these bulls are trained.
If he shifts his weight one way, I mean,
he told me, be careful because if he shifts, he'll shatter your leg.
Exactly.
Keep your back straight. And looking back on this, the video that we made, I look back on that. They didn't have me in a helmet. These kids all wear helmets now in professional bull riding.
With the face guards.
Why
and everything.
you know what? Then I had a cowboy hat on, I look like a freaking pendejo, and I was scared to death.
I would have been,
And I'm like, oh, get me up. And I was scared. I felt his body heat. Anyway, so that's what we did Saturday. Right. So shout out to my buddy and the Austin Gamblers and get well Chase Outlaw. He'll be back on the board before you know. As soon as I get my leg, he's got rods and steels and pulleys and levers in his leg, and he'll be right back on the bull in 6 months.
Yeah.
So that's what we did this Saturday. I forgot the Cowboys play Monday. I'm gonna chill Sunday.
Yeah, because you got to.
I ain't doing nothing.
Get stuff done.
Or nothing.
Or nothing. Or do nothing.
I think I'm going to do nothing.
I think it might rain. Yeah, we'll check them. You have any big plans this weekend?
Thursday night we'll be here. We got
Mi
a comedy
familia.
night. Yeah, got a comedy night. Got my buddy Dennis Gaxiola coming in, and haven't seen him.
What time's that start, man?
7:30. Come on
Okay.
down. Come on down.
right.
We got Dennis coming in from California. Got Drew's Blues. Got a couple other guest spots, and then myself. It's 2 headliners one night, and I haven't seen him since we were on the tour with Gabriel Iglesias. That's how
Fluffy.
long it's been, yeah.
Back in the day.
He just finished doing his European tour.
Yeah.
So he's knocking it out there. I'm over here at Mi Familia, so
Hey.
my career's on fire right
No,
now.
man, this is just the beginning.
This is all going downhill from now.
No. You're in that phase where you make the beautiful record.
That's right.
That's right.
You want your
That's right.
bands to
That's
have
right.
hardship.
That's right.
Because what always follows when the comedian, what happened to Dave?
We're making the White Album right
That's
now.
right. Dave
That's
Chappelle
exactly
had
what
a
we're
freak
doing.
out because y'all are. We
Yes.
talked about
That's
this
right.
last week.
That's
Y'all are
right.
all nuts.
Right.
And so he goes to South Africa, spends a year walking around like an idiot with $50 million in the bank, acting like he's a homeless guy. Then he comes back and he's had some of the best specials he's ever done.
Yeah.
Are you? You're not at rock bottom, are you?
No.
I saw you traveling the New Braunfels or something the
I
other
did
day.
New Braunfels. I mean,
Okay.
I'm still touring, just kind of, just getting this thing off the ground. I mean, just
No, I'm proud of this, man.
This is
cool.
awesome. I love doing the shows here. Mi Familia, Thursday night, 7:30. Come on out.
Great
It's gonna be a
venue.
lot of fun.
Very good. So Cleto on Thursday night. We will be back. We plan to be back next week, I think.
Well, I got nothing to do, so
You
I
got
really
nothing to
hope
do?
we're
Okay,
back.
I think we're back next week. Okay, it sounds like a plan. Please continue to follow the 3 Cents Podcast on your favorite social media platforms. We've set up pages on all of them, and of course, YouTube, etc. Send us your questions, comments, ideas. And until next time, for Mike Taylor, Cleto Rodriguez, I'm Ernie Zuniga. This is 3 Cents Podcast. Be well.